Alrighty. There we go. So we're up and running. How are we sound now, Kevin? Or do you still have that up?
Yeah, I gotta wait till we come back up again. But give me a minute. I will take my headphones off once again and wait for that answer.
Okay, perfect. No worries. So for those of you just joining in right now, we are restarting our stream here. It's a little behind on Kevin's side. Excellent, excellent.
We sound good.
Okay, very good. So yes, we are basically going to be playing a little bit differently tonight. I will be DMing the game with all these guys here. So below us, I'll do the introductions again. Below us we have our Tabaxi, who's Jess.
Hi.
Yep, Rodrigo or Air Genasi, who's Rachel.
Hey.
Hey. We have Sky, who's playing Listara, our elf. And we have Oliver, who's playing Warren, our human. Excellent. And then we have...
our human. Just one.
Just one. Just one human. And then we have Kevin, who will not be the DM tonight. And instead will be playing amongst us. Alright. So, beginning where we had left off before, you guys went back to the Grey Skull Manor.
Troll Skull.
Troll Skull. Thank you.
Grey Skull has He-Man.
Oh,
I know
that's
you
right.
like the big
That's
packs
right.
in the loincloth.
I am.
Since I'm the only human, I guess that makes me He-Man.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Oh god, yeah, it's canon.
Does that make Blaze Cringer? Alright, moving on.
Moving on. All right. So you guys went back to Troll Skull Manor after that big bit of events that happened the previous night. So it's a few days later now, and you all wake up in the morning. Is the day of the party that Octavius Thon had invited Rodrigo to, and also to bring a few guests. So it's about right now 9 in the morning.
Oh, God.
Who's waking up first? What are you guys doing? Oh God, yeah, I know.
As usual, I think it's me that's up. I have been conscripting our urchins to help me cook the meals and clean everything.
Oh yes.
So I think the 4 of us are actually up working on a meal.
Excellent, excellent. And anyone else doing anything currently?
I'm asleep in a chair. In that weird... it was like a sitting room on the 2nd floor, right? That I claimed as my bedroom. Yeah, I'm asleep in a chair. And like a lounge chair, like not just like not like a table chair, like a lounge chair.
I was gonna say,
If it fits, she sits.
yes, exactly. That is very cat-like, and we will go with that. Rodrigo.
I'm awake. I'm just not up. I'm just not getting out of bed yet.
This
Very good.
bitch.
Yes. And Listara, what are you up to?
I'm dead to the world.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So, Warren is cooking breakfast downstairs, and as he does so, the entirety of the home is being filled with this wonderful aroma. Obviously, the kids would have woken you up by now with their loud antics, but they're currently behaving very well for some odd reason, helping Warren in the kitchen.
I've been doing a good job with them.
They're
Yes.
plotting their next
Alright.
adventure.
Yes, yes, but you seem to be the father figure in this whole scheme of things, but...
Well, that and I let them get first pick of the food if they help me make it.
yes.
Except everyone else is asleep.
You're basically bribing the kids.
Bacon breeds loyalty.
Yep, yep.
What children? What are we talking?
You don't remember the children?
Oh, yeah,
three,
you were
remember
here
the-
for the children.
Oh, you weren't here.
We've
Jameson
adopted 3
Squidward.
urchins that have come up
okay.
through the sewers.
Yep.
No,
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so the last time you guys were there, basically they came up through the sewers. Warren, I believe, or it was either Warren or Lestar stumbled upon them,
Yeah, I found him.
Yes. So that happened. That was great.
We gave them the room right across from your bedroom, by the way, Rodrigo.
That's
So.
fine then.
We didn't think you'd mind. So,
That's cool.
as the house or the manor begins to fill with this wonderful, just mouth-watering aroma, you begin to feel the need to kind of make your way downstairs, and
You
Belly.
hear me yell, food! And then stairs.
You know, by the end of this, the urchins are going to be the best behaved out of anyone here.
When Rodrigo screams food, I fall out of the armchair and just you hear this loud thud on the first floor.
Everyone can hear the thud of just Blazing fall out of her chair.
Sorry.
Oh no, excuse me. I'm gonna go with the I tip the chair over. That'll make it even louder thud rather than just falling out of the chair. The chair just full on tips backwards.
Alright, then I hear that.
Are you
And I'm
going
just
to
like, what the hell?
Are you going to investigate that sound, or are you just gonna?
I am gonna after I manage to detangle myself from this damn chair.
You're gonna investigate the sound that you just made?
Oh, I thought you meant investigate Rodrigo's yell.
Oh no. Okay. So sorry, Warren, are you perturbed by this this noise that just occurred from upstairs? You're just gonna like?
No, I think we all expect it by now.
Fair enough. So,
have we ever determined that I actually gave you your coin purse back? Because maybe not.
There was barely any money in the coin purse. That was a good point.
we'll just say
My real money was still on me.
We'll just say for the sake of it that you felt bad after the interaction, so you gave him back his coin purse.
Y'all fucked up my undercover.
Well,
I was just a poor innocent dog. I didn't do anything.
I just got on the bus like a normal person.
Yeah.
so
Rodrigo wakes up with still a feather clinging to her chin.
So you guys basically, after fumbling around trying to get ready for the day, you make it downstairs and are greeted with the delicious breakfast that Warren and the children have made.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
Are you guys? So you guys grab plates. Are you
I'm
going
gonna
to be?
grab a plate.
Fair enough. Are you?
I'm
Going
gonna be a savage and eat with my hands. No, not really.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid.
Are you guys going to be taking seats in the area around, or what are you going to be doing with it?
I'll take my plate to the bar area, and I'll
Okay.
take a seat.
I'll literally just sit on the floor. I'm
Okay,
just gonna plop down.
fair enough.
You're not gonna float.
Well, I have to use magic for that. I'm not drunk.
As she sucks on a candy cane.
Alrighty, so you guys are taking seats basically in and around the area that just near the kitchen, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like you all, including
Oh, no.
Warren, even though you were in that area the entire time, to make a perception check for me.
Oh,
I gotta get my dice.
I'm sorry, I should have told you before.
I'm not prepared.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't have my dice out either.
oh my god.
Oh yeah, there we go. You know, someone's prepared at least.
9, 10, 11. I got an 11.
I've made a 17.
17.
Got a 16.
D20 plus your perception.
I know!
He made a blah roll.
19.
19.
I get flustered!
Okay.
Leave me alone.
So, everyone, but Jess, you rolled a 11. You said.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone but you notices that there's just something that's not right about one of the posts. It looks like there's a spoon sticking out of it. And Warren, you're questioning how you didn't see that beforehand when you got downstairs, and now that you're just noticing it. Maybe you were just still trying to wake up, but you go over to it and realize it's a spoon in one of the support beams holding in a note that looks like it was crudely and quickly written.
Where are the urchins?
It was not then this time.
I'll pluck it out and read it. See
Okay,
what we got here.
excellent. So you take the spoon out of the post, which was tightly put in. It looked as though it used some force to get in there, but
That must have been a really sharp spoon.
it was a square spoon. That's all they had.
Why didn't you just make it a fucking fork?
I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Yes, it's a great game. So the note, you take it out. It looks like it's written on just a spare piece of paper, or what you determine to be just a crude napkin laying around. And it says, "Going out to take care of business. Be back in a day or two. Drumstick."
Ooh.
So
He's gonna go get sex!
Bye, bitch.
That had a great echo effect on it.
I did not expect that. Holy shit. So, okay. So and then you flip it. You flip the note around, and then you see that it says, "P.S. I only found spoons, no knives. Sorry." So you
Dumbass.
you can determine that Drumstick is going to be away. You don't know how long. You suspect that he'll
Well,
be
he
back
said a day or two.
a day or two, but you suspect that he should be back sometime at the end of the day. However, it's currently, let me see, you finished up your eating right now, I'm assuming. It's right now 10 o'clock. You have about a couple hours before the party begins. So what would you like to do in the spare time?
Wait, shit, was this a fancy party?
I don't have anything to wear.
I was just thinking the same thing. Was this a fancy
Well,
party?
to be fair, let's assume, since it's been a couple days since the last adventure, let's assume that you guys had a day or two in between to go shopping.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just so you're not, if you don't feel comfortable going in your normal average clothing, you could say, "Oh, I bought this new dress," or "I got this new shirt that I want to wear." It's a graphic tee that I want to show off to everyone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a dumbass earlier, and I rolled a d12 instead of a d20.
That is the definition of a failed perception check.
Yeah. That is for sure.
Well, I just noticed that because I was looking at it sitting there, and I was like, wait, that's not a d20.
You rolled a nat 1, so you ended up rolling the wrong die.
I mentally rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry.
No.
I just realized that I had to interject.
That's okay. So, assuming that you had that day to go shopping, you can say that, "Oh, I do have something that I want to wear," or "No, I don't want to get dressed up fancy." It's all up to you. I just want to know from you guys what you're going to be wearing.
Ooh.
I'll be wearing something traditional enough, not fancy like I was a noble, but fancy enough that it looks like I might be used to going to a party, but I don't have a lot of money to spend.
Okay, so it's something that's, more, it's like business casual, but...
Yeah, I may or may not have been to a couple of functions just because when I was running around and, with my friends drinking and gambling, I met all sorts of people, lowlifes and thieves in the streets and then some nobles slumming it. So I've probably been to a couple of these before. I know how to dress up a little bit cheap.
Fair enough, fair enough. As for the rest of you, what is your plan?
I'm gonna have something not too fancy, but fancy, because I was higher up where my home was, but not a dress. I'm gonna wear a nice vest and some nice pants.
So you're going to be wearing, basically the, what's it called? What are those suits called?
Pantsuit?
Pantsuits?
No, it's not connected. I don't like pantsuits. They're ugly.
Pantsuits are
Sorry?
connected. That's a jumpsuit.
You can go full lounge lizard with like the 3-piece suit and the chain.
Oh, you could. So
I
basically...
don't know. It's nice. It's nice looking.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So it's better than what you'd be wearing normally every day.
Yeah, even though I'm so good looking.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Rude.
It's okay. So Blazing Fire, what about you?
Oh God.
Are you going to be roughing it in your normal everyday clothing because you just don't care, or are you going to be?
I'm gonna say. Oh, who's got the echo?
Echo, echo.
Sorry, I can hear myself.
I
I'm gonna
can
say
hear
that
it too,
they
but everyone's
convinced
got it.
me to wear a dress just because that is hysterical. The image in my head of Tiger Tabaxi wearing this weirdly formal dress is just a ridiculous mental image.
Yes.
So we're gonna go with that.
Yes.
Alrighty. And as for you, Listaro,
Long drink.
My
Has to
plan is
prepare
David.
for party.
That's how we
it's
prepare
like
for the party.
it's like the waiter. How's your food?
Oh my god.
I managed to find some fancy dress robes, which is a little bit better than what I usually wear. Because normally I just wear a plain robe.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So it takes you it takes you basically an hour or so to get ready. And Rodrigo, you remember Octavius saying to be ready by noon, so that you can arrive swiftly. So
Yeah.
yes, so you tell all the party members, and all the party members know this a little bit beforehand, to be ready before noon. So are you guys ready to go? Are you ready to leave the house now? Is there anything you'd like to do last minute?
Kevin, do you still have it playing on your phone or whatever? The
No.
stream? Really?
No,
I
I've
do
got
hear
the-
your echo. Oh,
I've
I hear
got,
my echo.
I've got Twitch, the stream muted.
Oh, that's weird.
Hello.
Hello? It's me.
Oh, that's weird. All right.
Not me.
Yeah, my
I
speakers
I
are
can
muted too.
hear it.
Hello.
Hi.
I thought it was me for a second, but I don't know from where.
No, I'm hearing it too, but that's okay. I don't think it's that bad.
No.
No.
It's just confusing every once in a while.
All right. So, you guys aren't going to be doing anything, just grabbing anything last minute, anything that you can think of before you leave the home?
I think I'm ready to go. I've given the urchins a list of chores to do, including errands to pick up some stuff that we needed. So anything I needed to do, they'll fully take care of it.
They have to guard the castle.
Yes.
Yes.
They'll take a look at the list, and they'll one by one they will basically. I'm assuming you taught them something like either salute or something like that, and they'll be saying, "We'll do our best to protect the castle," and basically go off and do their own thing.
Something about patrol routes.
Yep, exactly.
I'm gonna walk out the door and just be like, "Don't touch my fucking stuff" to them, and then just walk out.
So are you the
You
only?
bitch!
So as you're walking out the door, Rodrigo,
I'm joking.
They're gonna touch your stuff.
as you're walking out the door, you hear clomping and neighing coming from the distance.
Oh.
And as you turn around, you see this elegant-looking stagecoach being driven by two white horses coming right up to the front of the estate that you're at, or not estate, but the castle.
Mhm.
I keep forgetting it's a manor. I'm sorry. I'm a little. Ooh.
Well, once
Yeah.
they pull up, I'm gonna pet the horses.
All
Gonna
right.
pet them.
So as the horses enjoy getting pet, you hear from the driver, Rodrigo, party of 5?
Hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Party 4.
Oh, that's right. I'm counting. I'm sorry. Party.
Well, they would think it's a party of
Oh,
5.
yes. I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong name. Party of 4. Okay. Thank you. And
I'm
you
just
are...
gonna like scream into the house, like, "It's here!"
The horses are gonna get.
wrecked!
Horses are gonna be a little startled by that, but thankfully they're well trained enough with sound that they don't decide to get a little crazy with your sudden screaming. So you guys make it out of the you walk out of the manor, and you're greeted by the same thing that Rodrigo is currently standing in front of, just petting the horses casually.
Oh, it's probably a good thing Broomstick's not here. He probably couldn't fit in the stagecoach.
He'd have to run behind it.
Hey, hey, don't be throwing shade.
Bitch, I throw all the shade.
Alright. Yes. Which one of you is Rodrigo?
I'm gonna point at Rodrigo.
I'm petting the horses.
My apologies. I'm here on the behalf of Octavius Thon, picking you guys up for the party. We must go now if we want to make it in time. So please, watch your step and pile right into our stagecoach.
I'm gonna squish one of the horses' faces and be like, "You're beautiful," and then go on the stage. the thing.
When you squish the horse's face and say that, the horse lets out a little "Nay."
My man.
Oh god, don't start doing that.
No.
I will.
So you all pile in, and you got a little time to kind of talk amongst yourselves before you reach the party. You get a sense that, you were not expecting a stagecoach to come around by any means. You just assumed you were either going to walk there, which may have taken you a little bit longer, or
We're gonna hoof it there.
yes, or taken a dray, which some of you were not looking forward to, considering your events from the other night.
I got stabbed!
Yes. So,
Yeah, but you're fine now.
Yeah, because I fucking healed myself.
But did you die?
Actually,
No.
yes. Didn't I hit 0 at one point?
Almost. It was close.
Almost.
But not quite.
Oh, yeah, we had a whole issue. Yeah.
yes. You notice, you don't know where exactly this party is located at. The only person who knows is Rodrigo, and are you willing to share that location with everyone?
Yeah,
Are you
why
gonna
not?
die?
Alright. So, you're being brought to the Thon Estate, which is in the Sea Ward. And homes in the Sea Ward are a little bit older than most, and I'd actually like you to make a history check. Warren, you'll have a little bit of advantage because you actually have lived in the city, so you know a little bit more about this family.
Let's
He's
see.
got a history check, right?
I got an 8.
So you want me to take this with advantage then?
Yes, because you have... Basically, you would know this. You live in the city.
I got a 2.
16 plus 4, so 20.
I know everything.
Okay. And Lasara, nothing on you?
9.
Okay. So all of you do not know who these people are except for Warren.
Okay.
And Warren, you know that this family is very influential and, excuse me, very, very wealthy. You don't know the exact details about the family itself, other than that they make their basically most of their money from their winery, or rather their wines that they produce. And their estate is a huge building in the Sea Ward, the biggest one that there is, that everyone gawks over when they pass by it. So, are you willing to share any of that information with the party? Just let them know exactly who these people are, because...
I'm going to be reclining back in the seat of the stagecoach as if this is absolutely no big deal. And I will casually say to Rodrigo, well, whatever you did for this Octavius person, he must be quite taken with you to have sent us our own stagecoach. I do know these nobles like to show off, but...
He had a griffin.
More interested in the griffin than the boy.
Oh yeah, are you kidding? Cute animal. Let's go.
Well, these spawns are rather rich and rather influential. I recommend that you decide what you should do if he starts making advances on you at the party.
Yeah.
That face, though.
Just plan ahead.
Okay.
That
Alrighty.
stressed out noise.
So as you go along, you talk about this and that, just a little small talk to move the time around. You finally come across what looks to be the C district and a giant gate. From what you can see outside of the stagecoach, and then you hear the driver announce, "We have arrived. Please wait until we have stopped moving to leave the cart." And I thank you for your passengerness with us.
I just got this biggest urge to jump out of it before it stopped moving.
Do you want to do that? 'Cause
We haven't even gotten to the party yet. Let's not make a
No,
scene.
I'm not gonna.
Rifle,
I'm gonna
rifle.
clearly look like I want to, but I'm going to restrain myself.
Put a hand on your shoulder and just hold you.
No.
Hold the cat. So it goes from the cobblestone street, and you turn into this gigantic. It was not wrong in what you're saying. This gigantic estate, which has a stone or gravel driveway, and from what you can see outside, it's just expansive. But weirdly, the door is on the far right side. The main door is on the far right side of the building, where to the left, all it is just windows. And there's nothing to the right. It's not a normal kind of estate. It's more of an older design that you expect to see.
Compensating for something?
I mean, they're rich, so they can overcompensate for whatever they want.
They just really like the view on that one.
They do. There's nothing to the right, so obviously everything's to the left.
To the left.
The stagecoach comes to a stop, and the driver comes down and opens the door for you. And you all decide to get off the stagecoach and make your way to the entrance.
I'm gonna pet the horses before I go.
Okay, fair enough. The horses will give out a slight whinny and just kind of tilt their head a little bit into your hand, almost like a cat would.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So any of you, are you going to be, before you enter, is there anything you want to check out or look at the building? Is there anything that you want to...
I want to know how long we're gonna be here.
Way too long, probably.
Oh, it could be all night. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Where's the alcohol? Is there going to be alcohol at this party?
It's a fancy party, so more than likely there's going to be plenty of
Fucking
alcohol.
good.
Now, alcohol that you like is to be determined. Excuse me, but
I'll drink just about anything that's not horrible wine.
fair enough. Well,
Even then.
wine is all they have.
Bond family got rich from making wine.
They are
said-
whiners.
I said terrible wine.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I don't know. There's a place for swill.
True. Alrighty.
You can't blame a girl for having taste.
Alright.
Alright.
So, as you're walking to the door, I'd like you to make a. Let's see. Rodrigo, you were petting the horses, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like everyone except for Rodrigo to make a perception check.
I'm gonna use the right dice this time.
Yes, don't use a d12.
12. I got a
22.
12.
You got a 2, Warren?
22.
22. Oh shit. Okay.
17 plus 5.
I thought you were just gonna be like 2.
That's how I normally roll, but this time I guess it's okay.
Excellent.
Got a
So-
14.
Okay.
I'm in my element this time.
Yes,
finally.
yeah. So, Lestar and Blazing, you guys just admire the exterior of the building. It's a mixture of like a Tudor-style home with Roman Colosseum columns, just giant, massive stone columns,
Oh,
which
okay.
seem to be spaced 20 feet apart, going down the entire side of the home. You notice a garden in the front, as well as a couple statues, basically lining the walkway to the door. However, Warren, you notice something a little off about the garden. You notice that there's some, it looks like recent or fresh soil, that is kind of out of place amongst all the flowers and the bushes.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything about that now, but I'll put a pin on it. Just to keep it in mind.
Alright. Okay. So just...
No need to go rooting around the garden just yet.
Okay, fair.
Can wait till I'm a little bit tipsy.
I'll be like,
True. Hi, welcome to your party. I was digging your garden. Don't mind me. I don't know you, but... Alrighty. So, you're gonna be going inside the house now?
no, I'll be like, Blazin, look. Look at what kind of Jesus arches are these?
I'm gonna tell you out of character to fuck off right now. Sorry, I just heard my Daniel language from the other room.
Sorry, you ask Blazing, and Blazing just growls at you, just not happy with your question at all. So, as you enter, you notice that there are the party is packed with people. They all look like they are fancily dressed, much more so than yourselves, but...
Chugging alcohol while you play.
Are you surprised?
Okay, damn.
My brother just brought me cookies. Wait, hold on.
Fuck, I want a cookie.
No! Not until you tell me what Jesus arches are those.
You estimate that those arches are probably as old as the city, so they're a very old original type of architecture that...
There's your fucking answer.
If you tried to replicate it now, it would
F.
require a lot of talent. Which none of you have.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for ruining my dreams.
Subclass architect.
Yeah. I got a subclass in architecture. I'll be there someday. So you notice that these characters are all dressed fancily. They're all walking around with some sort of drink in their hands. And they definitely
My kind of party.
They definitely seem to notice you come in, or at least some of them do. And they see
About
that,
how many?
what, you want me to count how many people are in that entranceway? There are possibly hundreds.
Oh, okay.
So out of the hundreds, maybe a good 25 look in your direction.
Fucking asshole.
You're the last ones here. Everybody else in the city got here first.
Yes.
Oops.
Typical.
Yes, and they eye you up and down very judgingly, seeing that, some of you are wearing nice clothing, and others look a little out of place. Especially the Tabaxi, who looks like they just took a street cat and put them in a beautiful gown.
Pretty much.
Almost
Did I
like
groom at all before this? No. I just slapped on that pretty dress. And am clearly very uncomfortable in it.
Yes, and they could definitely tell that by the way you're walking into the party.
I kind of also want to not be wearing shoes and be that asshole.
Well, there are some who don't wear shoes necessarily, but unfortunately footwear is required in this setting here. I know, I'm
Rude.
sorry. So you make your way in, and you are in this grand entrance. There's a giant staircase immediately, well, not immediately in front of you, but about 50 feet away from you in the front. And you see it leads up to the second floor, which only goes up to the left, because the right does not exist. There's just a flat wall. In that same room, you've got a... It seems like the walls are about 10 feet tall, 10 to 15 feet tall. This luxurious-looking wallpaper with fleur-de-lises just completely covering the room, and a beautiful white marble flooring. And those same columns that you saw outside, some of them are located in this room as well. And to finish off, you've got this beautiful glass chandelier, giant, massive thing in the center of the room. So are any of you going to be mingling with any of the guests? What would you like to do?
Nah.
I am gonna find alcohol.
Alrighty.
Yes. I'm going to nod appreciatively at any of the guests that look at us when we come in. I'm, again, just acting as if we clearly belong here. And then I will lead them all in search of where they are serving the wine.
Okay. So when you nod, a couple nod back. A few others just turn back to their conversations, not acknowledging you.
I want to make sure none of them will kill me.
Nothing. Not everyone's trying to kill you. It's a party.
I'm gonna follow, but like anyone who looks me in the face, I'll just stare at them dead eye, like while I'm walking.
Oh.
Turn away.
So, what I'd like you to do is give me an intimidation check.
Oh god. Oh god.
Let's see if those
10.
stares actually mean anything to these people, or...
Probably. Oh fuck. Probably not. I got a
Can
9.
I be following, like, right behind Rodrigo, also doing the same thing to add to the intimidation?
Sure, if you
Can
want
I
to give me
also make this roll?
If you want to try and give me an intimidation check, yes.
24.
Was that a
I
nat
got
20?
a 9.
No, I have a +5, so I rolled a
Oh,
19.
shit. Okay. So, Rodrigo, the people that you see that you're trying to just do a staring contest with to try to kind of show them who's boss, they seem to be just tremoring a little bit or shivering, just seeing your eyes or what you think. And meanwhile, they're just staring at Blazing, who's right behind you, giving them the same look and being more intimidated about them.
When we're out of the room, I'll turn back and be like, "Oh my god, they're scared of me."
I'm just gonna nod and go, sure.
Excellent. So if you're making your way to find alcohol, you can go to one of two places. So if you take a left instead of going up the staircase, if you take a left down the long hallway, yes, there's immediately down that hallway you're going to find the ballroom on the left-hand side. A grand ballroom, just this massive empty room, still filled with decent amount of people, and you can gather a few champagne tables with wine as well. And to your right, you have the dining room, which has, it looks like, tables set up, no food available yet. It seems like most of what people are kind of devouring are hors that are being carried around by the servants of the manor.
Oh, I need me some of those.
So I'm
Just
assuming...
gonna grab a whole platter. Thank you.
Yep. Just thank you.
Mine.
Rodrigo,
Yeah.
you just see Rodrigo. Everyone stares at Rodrigo. Just take this platter, but some of them just don't pay any mind and just are.
I'm just gonna be continuing to hover behind Rodrigo, just giving them all a death stare.
They're either just used to this or saying, "Well, it's a party after all." And so I'm
gonna
assuming,
share with you guys.
yes. So you're all in the ballroom, just trying to get some alcohol, trying to drink a little bit of wine.
Just a little.
Just a little.
A lot.
Yes, get fucking tipsy.
No, candy cane.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And are you all staying together, or are you going to be going to different corners of the room?
I think Warren went off on his own.
Once I got a drink, I will be doing a little bit of mingling, but I will be trying to keep my eye on the rest of the group.
Okay.
Because, he's the sane one.
I
Right.
just want to make sure that we don't get.
He's our
exploited at the end of
babysitter.
this.
Yes, yes. So, Warren, in this room, you'll see that there's just kind of spread out groups of people. It looks like some of them kind of resemble cliques, which isn't very uncommon in this kind of setting. But you notice that there are two different groups. One that has a couple of humans and a seems like a very loud dwarf who seems to be laughing, quite just bellowing laughter. For you can't seem to determine of what because it seems like the noise of everyone else is drowning out the normal conversation. And from the other interesting group, you see this blonde-haired, very elegant-looking elf standing around talking with a couple of people. And again, you can't determine what, but do you want to approach any of these two, or do you want to just stay by yourself? Do you want to find someone else to talk to in another area?
No, dwarves are always fun. I think I'll go see what the dwarf is all about.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh no.
And as you make your way over, you then hear, "Ah, yes, those tiles are my best work. I've got to say that my men were great at bringing the plans to me, but in the end, I was the one who worked solely on them and made sure that this place was just renovated to the best possible way." And then he turns around and sees you approaching. And he doesn't seem very surprised. He's just very jolly. This ginger dwarf adorned in dress wear, which is very uncommon to kind of see, but at these kind of parties, you expect everyone to be kind of dressed up. And he invites you in. "Ah, come to join the party. Come here, come here. We were just discussing, my guild's favorite project. This manor. We worked on it, trying to design the right plans, get the tile work laid out, and bring the busts in to represent this family to the best." And then he goes, "Oh, where are my manners? My name is Gorgon Gilgamesh. I am part of the sorry, excuse me. My vision is kind of bad right now. Yes, I'm from the Guild of Stone Cutters, Masons, Potters, and Tile Makers. Please introduce yourself. I'd like to know who you are." And he looks at your suit and what your story is.
I will walk right up to him, and I will hold up my drink cup, and I'll say, "Warren Woodbrook, pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir." And then I will kind of look around the room, and I'll say, "I couldn't help but overhear you saying that you were working on this very building here."
Yes. So he basically motions to the floor, and he just basically points around and does this like sweeping arm motion, and he says, "You see all of these beautiful tiles, these tiles laid out throughout this room, throughout the hall, in the grand entrance." And you could tell that he's a little drunk already. He's already had, it definitely couldn't have been from this wine. You can kind of suspect that he may have been a little bit tipsy before he made it into the party.
Well, he is a dwarf.
Yes.
That's right.
Don't be racist, but
That's a compliment to a dwarf. Come on.
and he continues on saying, "My guild," and you can kind of tell that he's just saying broadly that it's not his guild, it's the guild that he's part of or representing. "We had the pleasure of working on this beautiful estate and bringing our image and the owner's images into fruition."
I'm going to look down and nod appreciatively because it is clearly very impressive work. And I'll say it's not bad. It's not bad. I've been to quite a few of these functions, but I think this is perhaps the best interior that I have ever seen in the district.
Interior, yes. Well, tiles and tiles in the columns are what we specialize in, and obviously you can kind of see that the outside, those columns are quite old and they have not seen to weather, and that's because we are good at what we do, preserving those without making it seem like we actually worked on them. And so he continues to talk about basically tiles and statues, and talks a little bit more about work that he's done at other estates and other places, and how the guild themselves pride themselves in their work and all that they do. And you can kind of sense that this conversation will just continue to drag on as he takes charge and is refusing to stop talking.
I'm perfectly content to listen to him go on for a while. I'm not so much interested in exactly what he's saying, but I am interested in listening to people when I go out to parties. So
Okay.
I can follow along while he's going off on whatever.
All right, and that seems like the same aura that you're getting from everyone else in that group. So while you're doing that, let's see, Lestara, are you sticking with the group, or are you going to vestige out into trying to find a group to mingle with?
I'm gonna fly solo
You're gonna
somewhere.
Okay. So you seem to be standing by yourself. Is there any way do you want to stand in the middle of the room? Do you want to go against a wall? Just kind of seem like a fly in the wall, like one of those people at parties with cell phones that you just sit on couch and wait for it to be over?
Pet the dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Just drink some alcohol in the corner.
Alrighty. So while you're in the corner, you seem to just survey the room as you take sips from your cups. And you see that there are just many different types of people here, many different types of races, and not just human as it was in the main entranceway. And conversations you can kind of hear bits and pieces of, talking about different guilds, different events. You do hear about some talking about the events that happened on the Dre the other night, the ones that you were directly involved with. Mostly it just sounds like they're gossiping, saying, "Oh, I heard that, Louise DeForianch was on that Dre that night. Oh, what did she say? What happened to her? Oh, she ran before anything happened, but she said it was terrifying." And all that good stuff. It was nothing seems to be like a fruitful conversation that you're very interested in.
Okay.
But other than that, you seem just content staying alone and not being
Eavesdropping on people's conversation.
exactly. However, there is a conversation that does seem to catch your ears, and that's going to be one of the groups that was closest, or seems to be the most interesting that Warren saw. You notice Warren over with the dwarf who seems to be just talking and talking, and Warren just standing there patiently, nodding his head and saying, "Yes, oh yes, I agree." But the other group next to him, you spot this blonde, just tall, seems to be tall elf, talking with a few other people. Do you want to listen into their conversation at all?
Yeah, I'll step a little bit closer.
Okay. And as you do, you see that one of the individuals looks up at you.
Uh-oh.
And they're not upset. They just see that you're coming over and are very curious about your apparel. Because they've never seen someone in wonderful-looking robes come to a dinner party and not dressed as such, but in what seems to be, I don't know, business casual bathroom robes.
Wow.
Wow.
And they seem to they seem to notice this and kind of make note. And you see the blonde elf kind of turn and look at you.
Be like, hey.
It's an interesting fashion choice, but we don't.
Be like, good. Don't touch me. You don't know me.
I wouldn't think of it.
Oh my god, yes.
But your fashion choices.
Yes.
Are you trying to make a statement? Or is this
What?
just what you feel most comfortable in?
It's what I feel most comfortable in. I came to dress to impress. Didn't know who I was gonna see tonight.
Well,
You know?
you have definitely dressed to draw attention.
Oh.
And now that you have my attention, I should introduce myself. Aaron Amarellis, House Amarellis.
Hello, my good sir.
And you are?
Oh, my name is
That's normally how
Star.
this goes.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like dropped something.
It wasn't your drink, right?
Fumbling your glass. You're just like, I'm sorry.
Alcohol spills everywhere.
I'll cast prestidigitation to just clean that right up. The wine just kind of bleaches out of the carpet, and there's no stain left whatsoever. A minor thing, no concern.
Be like, oh, that's a neat trick. Okay, my name is Lestara. How are you?
We've been over this.
We've been over this. Okay, I forget things.
Arnor
This bitch.
Amarellis. Maybe we should put that trick down for a little bit.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Oh,
I once went on a whole week binger, so it's pretty bad.
Oh my. Isn't that dangerous?
I don't think so. I'm still here.
I'm still here.
See,
and Lestar, you know for a fact that that was not a good time. That you do not wish to ever experience that again. But
He
you're
doesn't
just-
have to know that.
Yeah. Yes. Fair enough.
Stop trying to blow my cover.
I'm not here right now, but
you wear the robes of a wizard, but I don't recognize the order you belong to.
I don't belong to any particular order.
Okay, I see. But you are a wizard, a spellcaster?
A sorceress, yes.
Oh, I see. That is rare indeed. Most of us have to learn and study the magic, but to have it actually be a part of you, that is indeed impressive.
no. Now, are you being sincere with that little statement? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
To be able to just have the weave of magic run through you is not a common thing for elves. Most elves tend towards wizardry or clerical magic, but sorcerer elves are fairly rare.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Many would consider it a blessing.
So you seem to go, Lestar. You seem to go back and
I
forth.
seem to go fuzzy.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
alcohol.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
Oh,
Sorry.
hi. Oh my god, that's how I'm seeing you right
Yeah,
now.
let's
Yes.
clearly touching it.
Whoa.
Like, whoa.
That's unusual.
Put your hand up to it, and then, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Get
it's
it.
trying to.
Be like a beauty guru.
Yeah.
This is bizarre.
Put it like this.
Well, why don't we try and figure that
There
out?
we go.
There we go.
There we go.
And he's back.
Yes,
He's
and that
back.
Yeah.
Back
that
again.
conversation seems to be going well between Lestara and Arnor. And while those interactions are happening, Rodrigo and Blazing, are you two together or are you split up?
I'm sticking by Blazing with my plate of hors d'oeuvres.
Alrighty, so as you seem to go by, you hear a familiar voice, Rodrigo, and it's definitely a male's voice, and you hear him going around, and you just see this person that you seem to know or seems very familiar, but they seem very different in when they're dressed up. Oh, welcome to my party. Thank you for coming. It's such an honor to have you. Thank you again. And he seems to be going around to everyone, just saying, thank you for joining, or thank you for coming to my party. And he seems to be doing that to all the guests. And then he spots you, and he gets very excited.
I just like he spots me at a moment where I'm just shoving food in my fucking mouth, like, and that's how he sees me, ah.
And obviously, he still has to go around. He has a few more guests to get to before he gets to you, but finally he makes his way over to you. He says, "Oh, Rodrigo, it's you. Thank you so much for coming. I was very excited to know that you were here. One of the drivers had told me. I just didn't know where you had run off to."
Excuse me.
And then he looks at Blazing and says, "Oh, are you one of Rodrigo's friends?"
Yes.
Oh,
I'm just like looking at him, just like dead in the eyes, just deadpan a yes.
deadpan, yes. And he introduces himself. My name is Octavius Thon. I'm the fourth born in the family, and I just wanted to thank you again, or thank your friend Rodrigo again for potentially saving my life for what could have been a catastrophe. And
I'm Blazing Fire of the Great Jungle.
Oh, nice to meet you. And then he takes a bow in front of Rodrigo and says, I know who you are. I just wanted to, and he's like very, very awkward. He just seems very flustered. He says,
You want an hors d'oeuvre?
"Oh, no, I'm good, thank you. I'm on a strict regiment, unfortunately, but he takes one anyways. It's like, I'll take one for the thought, thank you."
Anytime, bro.
So then he starts blushing and he turns away. He says, I must greet the other guests, but please feel free to mingle or explore. Nowhere except really the bedrooms are off limit in this place." And so he kind of.
Oh, are they really?
No.
No. As he walks away, I'm just gonna put a hand on Rodrigo's shoulder and just be like, "That boy got it bad."
And I just shovel food into my mouth more, like.
He got it bad. I
don't want
feeling
it.
for a minute there.
I don't want what you're selling.
Alrighty, and so you guys are right now. You're trying, Rodrigo. You're trying to recover from this this traumatic experience.
And then he flirted with me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that was
me in real life.
You're not wrong. So you after he's gone, make a perception check, Rodrigo. Yes, yeah, that means roll die.
14.
As he moves along the crowd, you kind of see an individual that looks very covered head to toe in just this white, not really robe, but just this garb that Octavius kind of greets. and he just does not do any elegant motions or any type of, acknowledgement. He just stands there and then turns away and tries moving into the crowd. And this seems very unusual because you know that most noble people are very willing to give up their time and want to kind of network or talk about with with the Thon family. But this individual did not seem to want to be at all communicated with.
Okay, I will point that out to Ow, Blazing.
I don't care.
Alright.
But I guess we should go look at the. Wait. So you said they're a little bit across the room.
They're a little bit across the room. It looks like they're trying to leave the ballroom. So they're they're almost at the doorway leading out into the hallway.
Hey, Rodrigo. You want to
Yeah.
follow him?
Yeah,
I guess that's what we're gonna do.
I'm taking my plate of hors d'oeuvres.
We gotta be a little subtle.
All right, I'll eat them all right now before we go.
Granted, I don't think I can be subtle right now, but
I mean, you can obviously make it seem like you're walking in the crowd, but if you want to
Yeah.
do a stealth roll, go ahead and do so.
Do you think it's really necessary?
It's not
Do we really
necessary,
need
but if
to?
you want to
Yeah.
see if you can try,
Oh, I'm gonna try. Why not?
I'm
Where's
gonna
my
try.
stuff?
Oh, well, fuck.
15.
I got a 2.
Alrighty. So Blazing seems to be moving across the crowd very, normally, fluidly. It doesn't seem like anyone's really taking a notice to you. Rodrigo, on the other hand, after attempting to fill their face with the hors d'oeuvres, loudly drops the tray, and it makes a extremely obnoxious clang, 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 clang noise.
Sorry!
And it seems to attract the attention of quite a few people
Here.
who look in your
It's
direction.
embarrassing to come with them.
And you just hear them whisper, "Oh, what a mess. Who invited them?"
And when it's still, making that noise, I'll just, stick my foot out and, drop it to the ground and then be like, I got it.
I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know you at the moment.
Right. So it seems to attract the attention of the garbed individual who looks at who seems to see Rodrigo but does not see Blazing kind of melding in with the crowd. However, they don't seem to be very interested. They just turn right back around and leave the room at the normal pace. And Rodrigo, so are you going to now attempt to follow
Yeah, I'll try to play it off and just keep walking and just be like, hey, what's up?
Excellent.
Nothing to see here. Woo!
Finger guns at people as you walk
Yeah.
by.
Exactly, like, hey, how's the party?
Excellent. Let's see. Alrighty. So that's happening. Warren and Lestar, are you gonna notice them?
Did anybody else hear
I'm gonna notice them out of the corner of my eye and then look the other way and be like, who invited those people?
Rude.
I definitely noticed. I think everyone noticed. So when I see that they are attempting to leave the room, I am going to graciously bid Gorgon Gilgamesh goodbye. That I had a very interesting conversation with him, but my wine needs refilling, and I'm sure he will be satisfied talking to the rest of the crowd. So I will slip away and just make my way over to the two of them and just fall in line beside them and be like, all right, what is going on here?
There's this sketchy guy with a hood. We're following. Why not?
Being sketchy.
We're investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Rodrigo's a dumbass and dropped the tray, but
I didn't mean to.
You just
I'm
gotta,
embarrassed enough. Leave me alone.
you just gotta say with like a full mouth of like, oh, yeah, me too.
Are you sure you two have not had too many drinks to be skulking around this party?
I have barely had one drink.
I'm not floating yet.
All right, I'm not particularly happy with their behavior, but I'm going to continue following them.
Are
Oh,
you
we
ever?
don't need you stick in the mud.
Alrighty. So you're following this individual who you've put distance between yourselves, thanks to Rodrigo's little
Fuck
fiasco.
up.
Yes.
Mistake.
However, that may have worked to your advantage because he doesn't seem to notice that you are kind of trailing him. So he walks down the hallway leading to the grand foyer, and you see him turn and make his way up the grand staircase. And as he's going up, he's checking, left, right, even though there's a wall there, and behind himself, because you never know, walls might be deceiving.
True.
He checks behind himself occasionally, and you just see him disappear past where the wall of the ceiling is above the stairs. Him disappear up into the top. Are you gonna keep following him? Them? It?
Yes.
Sorry.
So, does this work on only one person at a time? Invisibility.
Let me check.
Currently, you can only cast it on one person at a time.
Oh, okay.
It's in later levels that you can start doing it with other people.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it helps if I continue reading the at higher level.
The important part's always at the bottom.
Okay, you know what? We don't always think about these things. Well, that kind of defeats that. So I was just gonna be like, let's go invisible and follow him.
Everyone, invisibility.
I mean, I guess I could cast it down on myself and still go.
Okay, so are you going to be the only one making a way up there?
Well, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, so we have Blazing, who's going to cast invisibility, and you're going to make sure that no one's looking in your general direction
Yes.
when you do this. Okay, because we don't want to freak out any of the guests now, do we?
I mean, I don't give a shit, but
Fair
probably
enough.
a good idea.
Fair enough.
Warren will have some issues with it.
Where did your friend go?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast myself invisible and then follow him up the stairs and hope he can't detect magic.
Excellent. Now, are the rest of you going to try as well, or are you going to stay down here and wait for Blazing to return?
Have Lestara and I noticed anything?
You guys would have noticed them leave the room. I don't know if Lestara actually followed them out of the room or not, but
No, I haven't. I've stood where I am.
but you kind of get a sense that you saw them, and you kind of get a little concerned because this figure doesn't seem right. Something about them does not seem trustworthy, or that they should be at this party. Now, do you want to act on that and follow as well?
I can literally talk about magic and the differences between the way you cast and I cast for hours and let me talk.
Wow, that left
Hello?
you speechless. Damn, you just got shut down.
I'll stay talking for a little bit longer.
Excellent, excellent.
It's a blessing from Corellian himself that allows you to cast magic without having to put in all the time and study. All you need to do is learn how to focus on things.
I bet this isn't helping that much.
No, not at
Wait,
all.
is that number 2 or number 3?
I think that's the third color I've seen her drink.
Yeah, the third color.
Damn, this is like a roast fest here. Like the stars on the chopping block. Like, so that conversation continues on. You guys seem to be having a nice conversation. Rest of the party can do whatever they need to, but you two are just fixated on this one thing that just does not stop. And we'll go back to Blazing. You follow this figure up the stairs, and there seem to be some people up here, but not as many. They seem to be just trying to get away from all of the noise so they can kind of talk about either important business matters or maybe some more intimate things that, should be said behind doors, but they don't. They're too drunk. They don't care if anyone else hears.
Eyebrow wiggle things.
Yes, eyebrow wiggle. I didn't know what you said for a second. I was like, what?
Eyebrow wiggle.
Eyebrow wiggle. Yes. And you see the figure in the garb turn a corner into a room.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna be a little quicker this time since I'm invisible.
Okay, so you're
But
gonna
like still be like a decent, you know what I mean? Like closer than we were before, but still like a decent amount of space.
Okay, and invisibility, it only grasps it only shows that you're invisible. It doesn't do anything with sound, right? Like, so footsteps and whatnot, wouldn't it be?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm staying a little bit. I mean, I'd like to assume I'm pretty light on my feet.
Yes.
Cat.
So, because...
When you're invisible, do you kick those shoes off?
Yes. I took them off. I slid those off as we were going through the ballroom the first time.
It doesn't seem anyone really noticed or cared at that point.
Well, Rodrigo had dropped platter.
That's true.
So nobody was gonna fucking notice.
You're just gonna hang that over my head? It's fine.
They were too busy, they're touching. So if you're going to be following, because there are less people and there doesn't seem to be that much noise, I would still like you to make a stealth check for that approach if you're going to be following him a little closer.
Can you guys still see the stream? It just, stopped.
Still streaming on my end.
Yeah, I'm good here.
Yeah, I still got it.
My internet's stupid.
I'm gonna check.
Blame Fortnite.
Blame Fortnite.
Yes, blame Fortnite.
Is that going to be our group's thing? Blame
No,
Fortnite?
no, blame Nick is always our go-to.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you. Okay.
You said stealth check, right? Where
Stealth.
the fuck is this
Yep.
button? Alright.
And you can definitely, what I'd say is you can have advantage on it because you are invisible.
How do you do advantage?
It's roll 2 die, right?
Oh,
Roll
yeah.
twice, take the higher die.
Yes.
I literally rolled the same number fucking twice in a row.
That's beautiful.
What
By
did you-
letter.
I need. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10 twice, so it's 15.
Okay, you still made it. He doesn't seem to notice that or get a sign that anyone's behind him. Them, sorry, it.
Spoiler!
Spoiler alert! It's a dude. No.
Let's not get into some Kingdom Hearts shit with people in hoods.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I just want to keep the identity somewhat. Yeah. Okay. And as you're coming up to him, I'm just gonna do it now. He takes a corner into one of the rooms. And as you make your way up to the room, you hear whispering. Are you going to try and? I mean, they won't see you, but do you want to peer into the room and just see what's in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need another stealth check?
No. You made it. You made it up to the door. They won't see you if you peer into the doorway.
I would
Unless
hope not.
unless you're trying to hang on to something like the door or whatnot.
No.
Okay. So you're looking into the room and you see the garbed being remove the head hood, and it is revealing himself to be a... Sorry. I forget the names because I'm a little tipsy.
You only have one drink, bro.
Shut up.
Did you even finish it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep. You see what appears to be a hobgoblin talking to these other, it seems servants almost, who work for the, who are working the party. But as you notice a little closer, you see that there appears to be a few tattoos on these servants, like on the exposed skin that they have. And one of them rolls up their sleeves and reveals the tattoo of an eye.
Oh, fuck me. I don't actually say that, obviously.
You scream that out, they all turn and look.
No. I don't actually say that. Could you imagine, though?
That would.
Disembodied voice swearing behind them.
I'm gonna link. Are they're talking, right?
They're talking, yes. Are you trying
I'm gonna linger a moment and listen to what they're saying.
Okay. And I'm just gonna see here, just because they seem to be talking a little bit quietly, try and make a perception check for me.
I'm gonna fucking fail this check. You don't know it.
I don't think that's the right check, but I'm just gonna roll with it, you know?
Just roll with it.
Just roll with it.
13.
13. Okay. You can't make out everything that they're saying, but you can catch a couple of things here and there. You hear a few of them whisper a few things like, "Oh, so many riches," and "Is there enough of us?" And then you hear the hobgoblin say, "The time is near. We strike at dinner."
Sorry. We strike at dinner.
Yes, you can see that from what you can tell, they're not very charismatic in what they're saying, but
They truly are evil if they want to strike at dinner.
yeah.
All right. What I'm gonna do is everybody. Well, I guess Rodrigo and Warren. Are you guys still waiting down at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah,
I'm
I got
more
another
Rodrigo.
plate of hors d'oeuvres.
I was gonna. You went and got more hors d'oeuvres. Jeez.
Yeah, a waiter walked by and I just grabbed it from him. Started eating.
Alright, so I'm gonna head back towards them. Still invisible for the moment. And I'm gonna go to them, and I'm gonna tap. Still invisible. I'm gonna tap Warren on the shoulder.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump and whirl around.
Who's that?
Wait, what was it? Which gang was it that had the eye tattoos? I can't remember their name.
Xanthars.
Xanathar.
I'm just gonna whisper and be like, the guys from the Xanathar Guild. Apparently, they're going to strike at dinner for gold.
Thank you, invisible voice.
Yes, you couldn't ascertain if it was gold, but you know that they
Yeah, they were looking for something valuable.
Yes. And as you tell the group, you basically get the sense that something around the time of when they start serving dinner, something bad will happen. And you can ascertain that the dining room is large enough to fit everyone in the party, and it's a bit of close quarters. There aren't any exits from that room from what you could have seen when you walked by it.
They're gonna lock everybody in the fucking room so they can ransack the place.
Well, I'm telling the story here, so don't worry. That's not it.
That was totally it!
No.
Hidden
But you-
DM trick. Sometimes the players will come up with things that are way worse than you have planned, and you just go.
I mean, I was actually going to take
Let
that.
their fears feed you.
I know. Oh my God, they're going to lock us in. Now that's an idea. So are you going to do anything with this information? Are you going to try and keep it to yourselves, or?
Do we have any idea how long it is until they're gonna call everyone for dinner?
Well, let's see. From what you can remember is that dinner is usually served pretty early. Generally when you have dinner at home, it's about between 5 to 7 p.m. in the evening. But at parties like these, because they want to get guests out at a reasonable time. Dinner's usually served between 3 to 4. And you've been at
What
this
time is it now?
and you've been at this party for, let's say, about 2 hours. So you have about another hour to go before you can, before this event happens. And generally, time passes a little bit quicker. So all the talking, the times that you've had to drink.
So you would say dinner is soon.
Yeah, dinner is about soon.
Okay, first off, I think we need to collect Listara so that we're all together on this.
Probably a good idea. Collect the drunk hoe.
You all make your way back into the dining room.
I'm still invisible. Just
You're cool.
saying that.
How long does that spell last for?
10 minutes.
An hour.
Oh, an hour.
An hour. Oh shit. Okay.
I'm hoping to still be invisible by dinner.
Just try not to bump into anyone.
If that's the case, actually, if it lasts for an hour, maybe we should leave you in the foyer here just in case any of those people you saw come back down the stairs.
Well, I can head up back to that hallway and wait. Since I
Yeah,
know where
just
they're in that room.
wait somewhere like out of the way where you have a good vantage point, just so we can see if anyone comes or goes. And then Rodrigo and I will go and collect Listara.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, excellent. So you're going off on your own to basically stay in that hallway? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't lose you. Okay. So Warren and Rodrigo, we make our way back into the dining room, or not dining room, sorry, the ballroom. Rodrigo has now attained 2 plates and is just carrying them around. Doesn't know what to do with them.
Oh, I left the first one on the floor. Someone else could.
Okay.
I just stopped it from making a noise.
Yeah. Well, pretty sure.
Can we
yes.
just say somebody tripped over it slightly?
Not my
At some
problem.
point.
Yeah, you see a group gathered around what looks to be where your tray, you left the tray, and they seem to be like, "Oh my goodness, is he okay?" And you just see one of the guests. It looks like has tripped and knocked himself unconscious.
Oh no.
I just hand the one I'm currently holding off to another person, and I'm like, huh? Not my problem.
The guests.
The guy on the floor just has cheese and crackers all over his shirt.
It's like, huh, here you go.
When you hand it off, you don't hand it off to. You assume you just gave it to someone who would take care of it, but instead it was just another guest who looks at this very confused and just looks around trying to find one of the workers and is just like
It's great. You should taste it. And then I just like run afterward.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm full.
He just takes one and oh, that's delicious. So, Listara,
Yo.
you are entranced in this still invigorating conversation, but then you notice Warren and Rodrigo making their way hastily towards you. They look pretty worried.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna casually say goodbyes and be like, gonna go get another drink.
Are you sure that's wise? Maybe we should eat something.
Yes, yes. Dinner is soon.
And
But-
the guest that Rodrigo handed the tray to is just roaming around trying to find someone, and then gets eye contact with you, Listara, and brings it over and says, I don't know what to do with this," and just hands it to you.
Be like, oh, thank you. I needed some food.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? It came back! It's fate!
It was meant to be.
If you said something free and it comes back to you.
Then it's love.
It's love! And I just take it back and start eating again. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. So, are you guys going to tell? Excuse me, are you guys going to tell Listara what you know, or are you going to try and take her away from the conversation?
Probably take her away first.
Yeah, I
Slightly
think we need a
concerned.
little
I'm going
bit
to
of-
follow Listara.
Okay, excellent. And so
I don't blame you.
you begin following them, and Warren, Rodrigo, what are your reactions to this?
I, I'm just going to nod in acknowledgement of the stranger following us, and then I'll grab Lestara by the arm and sort of quicken my pace, and I'm going to start whispering to her very softly. We have a problem. I'm sure you'll not be surprised to find that these two have been snooping around, and there is something going on around dinner. I think we need to be ready.
Oh, lovely.
I see.
Your
I
friend
see
should eat
him
some
trying
bread.
to do this, and I.
Your friend should eat some bread.
Did you want to try and listen into the conversation at all, or try and like?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So for
Can I
that,
try to distract the elf with food? Because I realize what Warren's doing.
Which one?
Which one do you think?
She's not thinking clearly. She should have eaten some bread.
I have some crackers and cheese. I ate them all, but I have like
You
two
took the tray away from me.
It was love. It was mine first.
okay.
Drink your fucking beer.
So, hold on. What? All right. So while that's happening, and you seem to be rushing off, and you tried listening into their conversation, right? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of hear them. You hear Warren whispering, about something happening around dinner, and that it doesn't seem to be something positive. It seems like something bad is going to happen. And it makes you kind of concerned because this is not the place that you would wish something like this to happen, nor anything bad, especially you being a guest.
No, the Thon family's been good to me.
Right.
Excuse me, if there's a problem here, like I believe I overheard, should alert the house guard.
I'm going to stop and turn and address his health and say, I'm sorry, I do not believe we've been introduced.
Yes, I'm sorry. Arnor. I've been a guest here in the Thon house, and if they're house guard, firmly competent. But if there's a threat to their safety, it has to be taken seriously.
Okay, can I make an insight roll to see if this stranger is on the level, or if they're just trying to...
Sure, if you want to go ahead and do
Get in.
that, you know.
Okay. So, 17 for my insight roll.
Alright, you can tell that he's not at all lying, that he seems to be, you know, telling the full honest truth, that he's not some strange...
Concern's legitimate.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. He sounds pretty legit.
Sorry.
Reaction in real life.
I'm going to frown very heavily at him as I regard him, and then finally I'm going to say, well, I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Warren Woodbuck. I need to take my friend out into the front for a moment. If we're going to talk, we should probably do it outside of the party.
Okay. And,
I
Blazing...
can lead you off to some place with some privacy nearby.
Okay, so you guys go and try and find someplace private. Blazing, as you're up there trying to just keep watch and keep tabs on them,
Yes.
you all actually hear this. You hear servants ringing bells and screaming
Dinner
out,
time!
"It's
motherfucker!"
time for dinner, please make your way into the dining hall." And
God.
at that time, you see, people can't see you, Blazing, but the people upstairs that are just spread out there just make their way down the stairs slowly.
Make sure nobody bumps into me.
Yes, you're trying to get around that. I won't make you roll for that because you seem
Thank
pretty
you.
good on your feet. Yep. And Warren, Lestrara, Rodrigo, and
Arnor.
thank you, Arnor. It's a simple name and I forget it. You two are being ushered into the dining room by some of the servants saying, "Please, please, make your way in. We have a feast, grand feast prepared for you and the other guests here."
I'm going to politely tell the staff that we'll be along in a minute so I can have my conversation with Warren.
Okay, fair enough, sir. Thank you. And they seem to be just working with the other guests at this point. Blazing. At that same time, when the top row or the top upstairs has been cleared, you then see the hobgoblin check the hallway and basically looks straight at you, but obviously does not see you. It says,
I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm just gonna give him the finger. Invisible.
and then you hear him say, "All right, the coast is clear. Let's get this done and let us leave." And you see with him following with him are staff members, and they all have. They seem to have covered up any bare skin that they have.
Bitches all got tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Bitches and hoes got those tattoos. Begin to make their way downstairs. Are you going to follow, or are you going to try and get in front of them? And
I'm gonna follow behind them. Not gonna go in front of them.
You should kick them down the stairs.
No.
all right.
How many of them are there?
There is a total of in the group. There is about.
Yes.
It seems about 9 individuals.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Okay.
I ain't gonna do jack shit to 9 people.
Alright. And they make their way downstairs, and Lestar, Warren, all you guys who are downstairs, you see that same individual, garb and all, followed by a few butlers and a few stragglers of party members just kind of make their way in. The garbed man, or the garbed individual, just glares at you, and then turns their attention back to their in front of them, and they go inside the dining room as if nothing would happen. Are you going to follow them in, or are you going to wait around?
So what exactly did Blazing? What exactly did you say again? What did you warn us about exactly?
Oh, that they were planning to steal something valuable during dinner.
And the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the tattoos.
Yes, you remember Blazing saying that they were Xanathar members and that they were up to no good.
So the Xanathar members that we've met so far, do they all have the tattoo in the same place on their arm or their neck or wherever it is? Or is it in
Generally,
different places?
no. It can be represented by anything from a tattoo to a piece of jewelry to even a weapon if they wanted to. You can't really tell who's who until like they have it shown, basically. So you don't know how many there are because Blazing didn't, I don't believe, told you exactly. No. So for all you know, that there could only just be this one individual.
Okay. I'm gonna get everyone in a huddle real quick, including our interloper Arnor, and I'm going to explain what little Blazing told us. That there's something going on here. That man with the robe is up to something, and he said that they were going to do whatever it is around dinner time, which is right now. I'm not going to tell Arnor that Blazing is wandering around invisible. So, anyone have any ideas what we should do at this point?
And at that same moment, one of the other servants, who Blazing knows is not a servant, but you guys do not. is ushering you in, quick saying, "Please, please, we must clear the halls and go in. Dinner is getting cold, and
What if I have to pee?
there's a
No.
bathroom jutting off from inside the room."
Damn it.
Wait, who puts a bathroom right off their dining room?
I'm not going to be ordered around by servants. If there's a problem here, I'm going to take care of it immediately. Where did your friend say she saw this problem?
Presumably it was upstairs. That was the last place we saw him go.
Then we should go there and investigate. I'm going to head that way.
I will follow Arnor.
I'll follow.
Okay,
Wait, so the guy in the hood went downstairs, right?
all of them went downstairs and into the dining room.
Yeah, let's stay away from there.
Oh, they went into the dining room.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm
Blazing,
gonna slip into the dining room.
you're gonna basically make your way past your friends. Are you going to tell them, "Hey"?
Hi, kitty.
Oh. I'm gonna walk by Warren and just like grab his sleeve slightly and like tug him back towards the dining room just a little bit, hoping he realizes that it's probably me.
Yes.
And not.
And at this point, there's no one in the halls. It seemed that the basically the quick talking to from Arnor has kind of made the servant just kind of go on his way and say, "Oh, okay."
Okay, Will.
And there doesn't seem to be anyone else remaining in this hall other than just a few, maids cleaning up after, trying to just keep the place looking good. So if you wanted to, there's a way to re-expose yourself, right? With invisibility, you can cancel out the spell.
You can stop concentration at any time. She can also speak freely.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you want to, you can announce your presence and just tell
So there's
them.
nobody else there, right?
Right.
I'm
There's,
gonna stay invisible. I'm just gonna let this invisibility go, just in case, I'm gonna be like, hey, he went into the dining room. There was a bunch of them. I think it was like 9, and they all went this way. A bunch of them were dressed as servants. The one who just talked to you and tried to usher you into the room was one of them, because I'm assuming I was there to see that.
yes. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop if everyone is still trying to go upstairs.
Yeah, that's a change of direction.
Whatever they're doing, it sounds like they're not avoiding the guests. So perhaps we should try to catch them in the act.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go into the dining room now.
I suppose we should march right into the dining room.
Okay.
They're gonna rob all the guests.
Okay. Excellent. As you make your way in, it seems that everyone
I'll
is already.
cast Mage Armor on the way in.
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
What?
Mage armor.
Oh.
As you make your way in, you see that everyone has already taken their seats. It seems that it's quieted down a bit, and Octavius has taken a stand at the front of the room. And it's a massive dining room, but it seems that everyone fits in very comfortably, and there also are free seats for you as well. And Octavius is in the middle of making a speech and can see Rodrigo and you guys enter into the room. And greatly says, yes, our guests of honor, please come right to the front seat here. And motions for you to come up. It's like, come here, come on, yes. And it's very excited, embarrassing the shit out of you. Even
Make a
you
little
are, Nor,
awkward,
even though
like-
you're not part of this group, there seems to be enough space for you at this table as well.
I've been staying with the Thons for a while, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Do I recognize these servants, or are they different people?
make a perception check on that.
10.
You really can't tell. They seem like familiar faces to you. But for all you know, you don't seem to trust anyone at this point.
Okay. Yeah, my guard is up completely, and head is on a swivel at this point.
Okay.
If Blazing, if I can tell if Blazing is, or before we part from wherever the invisible Blazing is, I'm actually going to ask her, in a hushed tone, how exactly did you identify these as Xanathar?
I saw their tattoos.
Where were the tattoos?
I think most of them had them on their arms, right?
Basically, you saw a couple of them one of them had them on the wrist, another one had the back of the neck. It was in random
Yes.
locations.
There you go.
And-
It was mostly torso that's easily covered, though.
Did you see the robed person's tattoo? Did he have one? Or was it just a servant's?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw the robed guy, right?
The robed guy you didn't see,
Okay.
but you could see
I
that they
couldn't
were.
remember.
He seemed to be the ringleader because he was ordering them around.
I didn't see his, but where there's one, or where there's many, the last one in the group is probably as well.
Mm-hmm. So you're making
Okay.
You're making your way up, and you're talking about this quietly, and you get to the seats, which are basically right in the front where where Octavius is standing. And before you can sit down, he walks over and says, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say, this wonderful person, Rodrigo, saved my life the other day, and I just want to make a toast to thank you, Rodrigo." And he faces you, Rodrigo, for everything that you've done for me. And then he sees you approaching as well, Arnor. And yes, a toast to this wonderful, wonderful friend, who I can gladly say that now. And as he does that, you hear behind you, "Yes, and a toast for the riches you'll be handing over to us." And you see the garbed man making his way, or garbed creature making his way up to you guys, right, your group. And he reveals his garb, and Blazing, this is no surprise to you, but
I hear silence.
yes, a hobgoblin, who is wearing, who he not only reveals himself this way, but takes off the garb that he's wearing to expose just huge golden chains with eyes on them. So kind of think of like Flava Flav, but like, and
Yeah, boy.
yeah, boy, yeah, boy.
Is this the moment where we roll for initiative?
Well, that's yes. So I want you guys to be rolling for initiative.
Oh,
'Cause I already know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
I got a 13.
A third.
I got a 13 as well.
got a 14.
I got a
22.
2.
Bitch! I literally want to tackle this guy while still invisible.
13. What was the other ones we had?
22
22. Jesus.
is fast.
14.
Yeah. 14.
Wait, do you add anything to your initiative roll?
Your dex modifier.
I haven't
Yeah.
been doing that the entire time.
You get +3.
You get +3.
So you have a
Wow.
16.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
And
dumb.
Let's see, Sky, you had a 14.
Yeah.
Okay, and Rachel, what'd you have?
A 2.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty. Well,
I need like a sticky note on my monitor that says add dex modifier to.
alrighty.
Alright.
Oh wait, you add dexterity too, not just initiative?
No,
On
initiative
the
is your
sheet,
dex.
there's an actual box for initiative, and it should have your plus whatever you have there.
Okay, alright.
So you're +1, Rodrigo.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, and now I'm noticing the time. I know we're almost to that point, but I'm gonna have us run a little bit later just because.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
No.
No.
Alrighty.
Keep going.
So, let's see. The hobgoblin, who spouts out his name. My name is Orthrax, and the Zentarum will get our
Oh my
goods in any way possible, including from you peasants. And he says it in a mocking tone because he knows that's how everyone in this party likes to address people.
Can I just like start laughing a little bit?
Giggling / laughing is a free action, so yes, you can.
I will start doing that then.
And he comes up to you. Comes up to your group, and there are two other Zentarum who reveal themselves after getting out of their attire, just ripping it away. So now you have 3 enemies in front of you, and throughout the entirety of the party, you see about 4 others. However, they don't seem to be interested in you. They seem to be interested in trying to take the goods away from the party folk. So, let's take a look at these initiatives again here. At the top of the order, we have Arnor. So what would you like to do?
How far away from me are they?
Right now, they are about, let me see, the main dude is about 30 feet away. The rest of them are about 40 and 50. So they're kind of like in line almost.
Perfect. I'm going to draw my sword
Okay.
and immediately start the blade song. So that's going to just hum with magic energy for the next minute. Then I'm going to rush the guy who's in charge here, and I'm going to attack him with the green flame blade spell.
Okay.
Hey!
Okay. So let's see. Make an attack roll.
Uh,
That was a heavy dice.
yeah, it's loud on this table for some reason. Second here, I believe it's 17.
17. Okay. You just
Yeah, 17.
17. Okay. You just make it. So you can roll an
Okay.
attack on that.
Okay. He is going to take 4 in here. Yeah, he's going to take 4 damage,
Okay.
and so is the guy standing next to him.
Ooh. Alrighty.
Green fire is just going to leap from the sword from him to the next guy.
Okay. So, in doing this, the Xanathar leader of this group does not seem to be too harmed by it. He just seems to kind of shrug it off, but the one behind him is just in pain from this, is not expected, and just lets out just this cry. That was 4 damage, you said?
Correct.
Excellent, excellent. Alright, and is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
No, that's everything for now.
Excellent. Alrighty, so going down the list, we have Blazing Fire.
Yes! Alright. Sorry, I'm way too excited.
Yes!
So, one question. Does it count as an actual action to drop the invisibility?
No.
Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
invisibility will also drop if you cast a spell or make an attack.
Oh, okay.
yes.
That actually works out perfectly.
Yeah.
And that gives them advantage, correct? I'm just trying-
Advantage on attack rolls, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. I just want to
Because
clarify
what
that.
I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna vault myself at this hobgoblin. Claws drawn, and with I'm also gonna be using green flame blade, which for me is blue. It's all bright moon fire.
Excellent, excellent. Alright.
So I'm just, and you have to figure midway through the air, I'm suddenly there.
Okay, he does not seem to notice you while you all of a sudden appear, but you hear some gasps from the people as this dressed up cat thing decides to descend from the sky. So I want you to make an attack
So I roll
roll.
twice, right?
Yes, yep, you have
And take
advantage
the
on it.
higher.
Yep.
The first one's a 1.
That's beautiful.
So,
In that one.
that one's a 19,
19. Excellent.
which is
Yeah, do you have any... Oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That one hits.
Okay.
So roll for damage.
alright. So we said claws does same as my dagger.
Yes.
I had a +5 on that anyway, so I definitely would have just
yeah.
committed
Yeah.
full-on murder. Does it actually tell you how much damage the green blade does?
It does the same damage as your dagger on the initial attack. And
Okay.
then it'll do your charisma modifier damage to a target within 5 feet.
I got a 1 on my D4, so that's 4 damage.
4 damage.
Oh, it actually tells me right next to it.
Mhm.
That's nice. And then it does... I'm going to attack the same guy that looks like he's hurting, and that does 3 to him, to the second target.
3 a second? Okay. So, the swashbuckler is, at this point, or the hobgoblin is just getting very annoyed by these little pins, pricks, and heat burns that are being done to him. I'm going
to flip and land very gracefully on the other side.
And doing so, you get some light applause from some people who don't seem to be fazed by this.
Waterdeepians, slightly jaded.
Yep. Oh, they're in their own little world. The other guy that you attacked, he's hurting. He just wanted to get paid, and he didn't expect, to be
on fire.
To be on fucking fire. So right now he's just dealing with these 3rd-degree burns. He's just now on one knee on the ground in fucking pain. He's just muttering like, "I didn't sign up for this shit." Alrighty, and after you, Blazing, you hear, all of you actually hear from the middle of the room, "Sir, the infantry is coming," and then, boom, and then you hear glass shattering, plates moving, and it sounds like wood just galloping on the tile floor. As you turn around and see, there's a table barreling towards you.
Galloping.
What?
Like
Galloping. Just this giant wooden dining room table. Plates flying off of it. The cover on the top is just gone in the wind. And it's rushing right towards the bandit that, or one of the Xanathar that's in line. And he's heading for the one that hasn't been touched yet. And he's going to try and just do this barreling rush attack.
Where the fuck is this table coming from? Why is there a possessed table?
You kind of know that, or Warren, you would know that in this situation, a family like this would have mages around for protection. And generally they like to blend in as to kind of get that extra defense. And it's rare, but they will animate furniture if needed. Because they're sturdy and they can always be replaced.
Fair enough.
So, that table is going to charge right towards that target and ram the shit out of him.
The literal shit?
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Wait,
Shit
what
literally
was it?
comes flying out of his
9
asshole.
2d8 bludgeoning damage. So imagine having a...
Broomstick is going to be so disappointed when he finds out the table can bull rush better than he can.
Right? It makes him just... He's off in the distance, and he can feel this energy, and he's not happy
Servants
about
of the
it.
Force.
He's just not happy about it.
His spidey sense is tingling. He just whips around wherever he is and goes, "Someone stole my thunder."
Yes.
Again.
And to save time on this, the table basically... It's a 400-pound table, and the force that it puts into this man just fucking obliterates him. And you see this lifeless body just thrown into a window past Octavius, out this window, into the fucking garden, rolling and lifeless.
That's some good ragdoll physics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna start
Thanks.
clapping like, hell yeah, table! Let's go!
Are you gonna try and rally people? Be like, table, table.
Table.
Yeah.
They see. You see these. You see the some of the people are like, table.
Yeah, table!
All right. So it seems like the others are starting to now get a little more energetic and are trying to fight back against the rest of the Xanathar that are surrounding them. However, the bandit who's hurting and the main dude just seems more annoyed than anything and is just getting very angry at this point. And it's not his turn yet, so I would like Warren. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, not Warren. Lestara. What is your action going to be?
This bitch still fucking drunk.
Yeah, sorry, I did pre-initiative for these guys, and they all rolled fucking horrible. So
That's a good time saver. Again.
Alright.
Wait, does Lestara get disadvantage because she's drunk as fuck?
Hey!
I mean, if they want to, if Lestar wants to cast any magic, I'm gonna have them roll another d20 to see if they wild surge.
Oh,
Oh.
double
Fair
barrel
enough.
wild surge.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Alright, I'm actually going to use my Witch Bolt.
Ooh, witch bolt. Now, is that one? I'm trying to see, and I'm assuming you have to roll for that.
Yeah,
That one's an attack
it's a,
Okay. What was that, Kevin?
That one requires an attack roll.
Okay, excellent.
yeah, it's an attack roll. So,
And who are you attacking?
the main guy's still alive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. All right, gonna go for him.
Okay. Now tell me what you get.
I got a 17.
All right, you just barely make it.
Woo!
Yeah. So tell me again on that. What you see, like what the damage is.
It is the D12. 1d12
1d12. Okay.
plus 4.
Okay. So make your roll.
12. 16.
Okay, excellent. Now make your wild mage, wild mage. I'm sorry. Make your roll to
Wow.
see if anything happens.
There's no +4 on the damage for the witch bolt.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
4 to hit, and then just d12 damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's just an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Now make your roll using a d20 and see what you get.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay, you're safe.
Oh, thank God.
It's usually if you roll a 1 is when we have to turn to that table.
Yeah, I'd say under a 10 when drunk.
One drunk.
I mean, as much as I'd love to see it, I want to see if you can roll worse on that. If you do, then I'll have to take you to the table. Alrighty, so that was your turn. Now, let's see. That brings us to Warren. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so there's the hobgoblin, there's one guy who got killed, there's one guy who's on fire. Were there any other henchmen involved in the combat, or were the rest of them all trying to rob the spectators?
They basically, you only have these 3 in front, or you had these 3 in front of you. The rest of them are trying to rob the spectators, but it seems like they're all being taken care of by either party guests who just have had enough and can hold their own, or by the defenses that, like the mages that are employed by the
Some
Okay.
random lady smashing a plate over some guy's head.
Yeah, they're taking trays they're taking Rodrigo's advice and taking entire trays and just smashing them over people's heads.
Okay, so since
Rules are being broken.
since Blazing flipped and landed behind him, I think, or did you land in front of him?
Behind him.
Okay, so since Blazing landed behind him, I'm just gonna charge straight up and go right into his face with my rapier here.
Okay, excellent. Make a roll for me, sir.
Okay. Let's see.
I was about to say you'll get a trick attack, but that's the wrong game. Sneak attack is
A
the one.
trick attack?
Wrong game.
Hold on. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at my new skills that I got
Oh, that's okay.
while I'm up last time. I don't need any this time, but so okay. Nope, I get a 7. I hit roll.
Yeah, you completely miss. You thought you had enough. You were close enough, but you were off by like a foot. Is there any other action you want to take, or is there anything else you want to do there instead of that? Do you have any bonus actions that you would like to try and take? If not, that's fine.
I don't think so. I think the only thing I could really do with my cunning action right now is disengage, and I don't think I want to do that.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I'll just stay in his face.
Fair enough. Okay, so that brings us to the. That guy is actually dead, so we don't have to worry about him.
Oh, okay.
Bitch be dead.
We're gonna turn to the hobgoblin. He's a little turned off to the fact that one of his men was just tossed out by a fucking table, and that it seems like everyone's taking your guys' lead and just defending themselves. So he's gonna go after. Well, I would say the table, but Warren, you just did try to swipe at him, so he's gonna try and go after you. And he is going to try and do a multi-attack. So that means I get to roll 3 times, and let's see how badly I end up doing. What is your armor class?
13.
Alright, he misses on 2 strikes, but on the third one he lands. And he does it with he hits you with his dagger. So, let me see here. So,
What kind of weapons is this guy wielding?
he has a rapier and a dagger. He does 2 attacks with the rapier and 1 with the dagger. And with the dagger, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see the damage he does on this one. Because I rolled terribly, and the only one that hit was the dagger. Let's see. Okay. Hit is 1d4 plus 4. Okay, excellent. So you are going to take about 6 damage for that.
Okay.
And he basically says, this bullshit needs to end here! And now it is Rodrigo's turn.
Hello.
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 What would you like to do, my fine friend?
So who's left?
So right now,
Table took out a guy.
There's a bunch of goons, right?
there's a bunch of goons, but they're not, just for time's sake, they're not going to be
Okay.
involved in you. I totally did not realize how late it was.
It's all good.
But we have one who's currently just suffering, and then you have the main dude who's just pissed off.
Alright, I'm gonna throw an ice knife at the main dude.
Okay, roll me an attack roll. You sure you want to do that?
Roll
What
it.
has happened before?
It explodes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, and there's a couple
Oh,
of us
that's
really
right.
close.
Oh, that's right.
Are you sure you want to do that? Rodrigo
forgot it.
just throws a nice knife, says "fuck it," and takes out the party.
I mean, I was gonna be okay. I don't know about you guys.
Gave me angry stares! Ugh!
I've had enough of this shit.
Sorry. I'll do the thorn whip.
Thorn whip.
From whip.
The whole
They're
thorn
whip
whip.
filled with glass shards.
Yes.
The glass shards that won't explode this time.
Whoops, forgot that.
Alright, so make me in a roll.
$18.
18. Damn, you. Wow, everyone's hitting them fucking. Alright.
Well, not me.
Yeah.
As usual.
You're
Also,
just like,
before I do that, I shove a piece of food in my mouth and then I do it.
very, very on point, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
what is it? Is it a piece of fruit? Was there fruit on the table?
There better be.
Just an entire apple.
Excellent. So make your, make a damage roll on that.
Shit. Do I add anything to it?
No.
I got a 20.
No.
Okay, that's the attack roll.
That's the attack roll. You have to make the damage for your whip.
Which is
Whip.
What is that?
It should be right next to it. It should be under damage. Like 1d8, 1d4,
Oh!
1d6, that sort of thing.
D6.
I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, no, he growls and kind of he's trying to keep this like tough guy appeal, and you know everyone thinks he's tough, but you just see kind of a tear roll down out of his eye and just like an angry face, kind of like
Pull him with that.
what?
Do you pull him with that? You can move him 10 feet closer to you.
Yeah, why not?
No, leave him! So we're all close range.
Hello. Alright, fine, I'll leave him.
There is no wrong answer.
Excellent.
I'll just leap over the table again. It's
How
fine.
you doing?
Alrighty, and now that goes to the thug who's hurting. He struggles to kind of move around, but he's gonna go after the closest one that tried taking out his boss, and that would be Blazing.
Oh.
He's kind of gotten the courage back and say, and he's gonna try and attack you with his with a mace there.
Oh, yay.
What's your armor class?
14.
14. All right. And if you roll a 14, I'm trying to remember. 14 hits, right? If
Mhm.
that's okay. He's gonna hit you.
Fuck this, bro.
It's not gonna. Yeah, no. Don't. And you're going to take 5 damage.
Oh.
And you're gonna feel that mace just bludgeoning, just swap you across the face.
Oh,
Just-
across the face?
A swap right across the face.
Whap.
Swap.
Alright.
As he tiredly,
This girl's gonna die.
this bitch is tired, and he's just like, I'm gonna try and help. Like,
This bitch gonna die.
there's
I
nothing
hope
left
you
in my life,
realize.
so what do I have to lose? All right, and with that, he's gonna try and hit again. Yeah, he drops his mace at that point.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1. He's just like, he hits you, he's like, yeah, and then fucking drops it. He's like, oh. Alrighty, and that brings us back to the original order. We're going back to Kevin.
All
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
So I've got the hobgoblin near me,
Mm-hmm.
and the goons aren't that far away either.
If you wanted to try and take out one of the other goons,
What I would really like to do is get the hobgoblin and as many goons in a 15-foot cone as possible.
So let's see. From where you're standing, there is another goon that you're not currently interacting with, who is about at least 15 feet away.
Okay, and then Blaze is next to me.
Blaze is next to
He
you.
attacked the hobgoblin.
Mhm.
So there's a guy that just attacked her.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So I'm going to move myself so I can get those 3
Okay.
in the same cone,
Mhm.
and I'm going to cast Burning Hands out of a level 2 spell slot.
Oh shit. Okay.
And they're going to all need to make dexterity saving throws with a DC save of 14.
DC save of 14. Okay. Let's take a look here. I keep thinking the table's one of the enemies, but it's not. It's actually a friend.
No, the table's soon going to be a mount, because I've got a little bit more to do yet.
Oh, fuck yeah, I totally
Yeah,
forgot
we are
about
riding that table.
that. Oh, yeah, boy. Okay, so... we have... the main guy, made it. The other one who's currently not, fighting you, also made it. However, the thug that dropped his mace just goes up in flames.
I rolled horrible damage on 4d6. I've got 10. So the ones that save take half that at 5.
Yeah, he just burns to a crisp and doesn't even have time to even scream. So you just see, Blaze, you just see this pile of ash form at at your feet, as Burning Hands is cast. Is there anything else that you'd like to do with your turn?
Yes, I'm going to cast Misty Step and teleport on top of the table and become Table Cavalry.
Okay, excellent. I like where this is going. Now let's.
I'm assuming standing on a charging table is going to be some sort of check, but
Yeah,
I'm willing to take the risk.
I'm gonna say, when you do that, the table is rampaging, trying to get at different people, and is now turning back around towards towards where the fight is happening with you guys. Because it's...
Forward, my fine steed!
What?
Forward, my fine steed!
All right, and I'd like yes. Now, I'd like you to make a acrobatics check to make sure that you don't fall off the thing while it's...
Sure.
You went from a non-moving position to a...
I have advantage on acrobatics checks because my blade's long. So, I either have a 19 or a 19.
Okay, so you find balance, and you don't fall off the table, and you ride it very confidently. Almost like in just like this proud of yourself moment.
Oh yeah. I'm like standing on top of the table, not like holding on to anything, and just like sword at hand, ready to lop heads off as we go past things.
Oh yeah.
Just someone in the background who's a painter is just painting this as you're doing it. Just like, oh, this is my next greatest work of art. How exciting. Alrighty, and let's see. So that was your turn. That puts us at...
Me, I think.
Yes, actually.
All right.
Alright.
Sorry. I am going to... So, we still have the Hobgoblin, right?
You still have the Hobgoblin.
And he's hurting?
He's not exactly hurting, but he is kind of like pseudo-crying, but you really can't tell.
Okay. Well, I am gonna use Guiding Bolt on the mofo.
Okay. And let's see, Guiding Bolt.
And it's just this giant streak of light that just...
Oh, man. And you don't have to roll for that one, right?
Do I?
Yeah, it's a ranged attack, so you'll have disadvantage on the attack and melee with this guy.
Yes, because you're kind of close to him, so yeah.
Oh, wait, I can move backwards first, right? How far away do I have to be?
As long as you're not within melee, you don't have the attack of arms. You don't have the disadvantage, but he does get a free attack on you when you leave.
Yes, yep. So do you want to move back and risk that, or do you want to...
Yeah, I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna, like, flip backwards.
Okay, so in that, he's gonna try and whap you with his... Not whap, but try and slice you with his rapier. And... Does 16 hit?
I don't know.
Is your...
My armor class is 14.
Okay, so yeah, he takes a swing at you and ends up slicing you. You're slicing your leg for 8 points of damage.
Shit.
Catches you as you try to flip away.
All right. I'm gonna do that. That means I'm gonna do a couple things. Hold on. Okay, this is a bonus action. I can do this. Oh, wait, I have 4 healing dice now.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry. Distracted. I'm going to use 2 healing light on myself. Let me roll for that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10. I heal myself for 10.
Okay, and that basically, the wound is just gone. It's like nothing ever happened.
Alright, let me do that, and let me go back to my page here of spells. So I'm going to use Guiding Bolt, and I have to roll for that.
Yep, and you do it at normal. You don't do it at disadvantage anymore. You're far enough away.
20 with modifier.
Oh, I was gonna say nat 20. Like Jesus.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
lit him up good.
yeah.
Well, I already get to roll 5d6 for this.
Okay, yeah. Give me that damage, girl.
Yep.
I am.
Do you remember the one time, like the first time I played GURPS, where I had to roll like 20d6 for attack? That first time, Nick?
Yeah.
I have a
Oh no,
love-hate
that was.
relationship with GURPS.
Yeah. It reminds me also of when I had to play my bard at PAX Unplugged, and I rolled 6d6, and they were all 6s. But unfortunately, it was at half damage, so I was kind of like, oh.
22.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
I rolled 2
20.
6s, 2 4s, and a 2.
Jesus. Yeah, he screams in pain. He can't stand up at this point. He's not okay.
I fucked him up.
I
fucked him up.
His chains just clank against the ground as you just fire this witch bolt at him. It's
Witch Bolt's a different thing.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yep.
What'd you cast?
Guiding Bolt.
Thank you.
So it's
Sorry.
just this bright white flash.
Don't forget the bottom part of that spell, too. On a hit, he takes the damage, and then next attack roll against him is at advantage.
Oh?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That means
here we go.
that
It's
means
got a tracer.
anyone.
No.
That's for anyone, right?
The next attack roll, doesn't matter who makes it.
Okay, excellent. Alrighty. So in this instance, that's going to be it. The table is going to be heading right towards...
Yes!
Right...
Finish him, my steed!
Yeah. right towards this guy. And, he just looks over and sees this giant wooden table charging towards him with this elegant, like, just... like, sword out.
Hair flowing in the air.
Just, it's so beautiful, and even though he's just in such emotional trauma, he just sees it and is like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I am resplendent!
Yeah, he even has to admit that this is wonderful. So the table is going to try and fuck him up. And, wow, the table actually... unfortunately misses and goes right by him. Yeah, the table's a little blind, so it doesn't have eyes. It can't really see.
Did it have advantage on the attack roll?
Oh, you're right. So I get to roll again on that. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
No. It's either a 13 or a 1. And
Ooh.
Wow.
the table just slips and fucking flips. So no.
It's okay.
Yeah. So the
Turn around for another pass. We'll get him on the second try.
So unfortunately, the table has to do that, and in that time, it goes over to Sky.
Me. Alright.
Your Witch Bolt's still firing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yes, it's continuous, correct?
Yeah. You can just keep doing damage. It's a concentration spell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with that.
Yeah, this guy's getting fucking lit up. There's like a beam of light. There's like this other
It's
thing
just getting
happening.
lit up.
Well, if he
As the
survives to
table
my
broke
next
pass, I leapt over the lightning and landed back down on the table.
Fucking
Sweet.
graceful. I'm not gonna have you roll
if I
for
get
that
another
because
turn,
I
we're
just,
getting an elder class.
I picture. I don't even need you to roll for that because I just picture that being like your character in general is just over the fucking top.
So yeah, you just roll damage for that one if you want to keep going.
Alright, so 1d12. Alright. That is an 11.
An 11. Ooh, wow. He is just vaporized between the bolts of light and this beam. He's just in his last story. He's like, "This was supposed to be an easy job," and he's
just
gone.
murdered.
He's just gone.
Now,
Mhm.
in the tradition of things, because you are still downing that alcohol right there, I'm gonna have you roll again to see if you surge.
I have chart ready.
I
right.
roll a d20, right?
That's
Yep.
correct. If you get a 1, we go to that chart after you roll the percentiles. What'd you roll?
It's a 16.
Oh.
Okay, wow, you're holding yourself very well this session.
Maybe this alcohol is doing some good.
Yeah, the new drunk sorcerer. Excellent. Alrighty. So a few of the goons in the audience have noticed that their leader is just gone.
Fucking gone.
And they're at this point they don't know what to do. And they're just getting beat up by fucking trays. There's hors d'oeuvres going everywhere. You see, like, the servants start just tossing wine bottles at people. You know, it's chaos. And Octavius is just standing there, like, unsure of what to do. Like, he wants to act, but he just is overwhelmed by the situation. And in that moment, the remaining Xanathar, who are not dead, I think about 2 of them were killed off, scream, "Let's get out of here!" And they run barreling towards the windows and just jump out. And
Follow them, my steed!
you want to take the fucking table? Okay.
We will go through that window and run them down.
Alrighty. So the table is going to try and dash after these guys. And he's gonna have advantage because they're just not paying attention. They're trying to fucking flee for their lives. So, in this instance, the table and you go smashing through this giant ornate window.
Smashing!
And it's almost like an action movie where it's low pan to the ground and it's
Lens flare.
Yeah, lens flare, your slow motion coming out, you know, it looks fantastic. And you're just, it's galloping
I
towards...
ride my table off into the sunset, chasing down Xanathar goons.
Yes. You're
That
going
is the last time we ever saw you.
Yes. And the last time the Thon family ever saw that one particular table.
It's just gone forever.
And it goes quiet, and everyone's looking around, trying to think, you know, what... Did we win? What just happened? You know, are we safe? And they're muttering to themselves, and Octavius begins clapping, saying, "What a show! What a show that this was put on for us! These people have been so great. Everyone, round of applause! Round of applause!"
We lost
There
Sky.
goes Sky.
Oh, that's okay. 1 second.
Blame Fortnite.
Yeah, blame Fortnite. Alrighty.
You thing's gonna be fucked up in a second.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother moving it. Everyone can just deal with this, cause there we
Oh.
go.
Yeah.
Bitch comes back.
Okay. Excellent.
Excellent.
I don't know what happened.
Nope, that's okay. So
Alright.
everyone's applauding, and they seem to be applauding you guys. You know, obviously, some of the people, including the mage, are a little worried that that table is just gone. It was a very expensive table, but in the end, Octavius is like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll
The
get
window
another one."
wasn't cheap either.
They're like, "Thank you," and he's like, "What a show!" And then Octavius turns on like, "Oh fuck, this is gonna cost a lot of money to repair." Oh, they're gonna kill me. But he approaches you, the group, and says, "Thank you so much for one, just putting on a spectacular show, and 2, keeping us safe. I can't thank you enough, and honestly, I want to send you away before the end of the party. Just give you a decent supply of our family's wine. On me.
That sounds great for me.
All right.
You take a bottle off the table and just start chugging it.
I'm starting with this one.
He says, not to worry. I won't be giving you dinner wines. I'll be giving you much better than that. And he snaps his fingers. Servant rushes to the back, a couple of them actually, and come back out with crates of wine. He says,
Ooh.
"I hope you have a wine cellar because we're very grateful for what you did here today."
Oh, we do, buddy.
Oh yeah.
And Octavius winks at you, Rodrigo, and says, "It's my pleasure."
Takes a wine bottle and just starts to chug it.
Yes. So at that point, a little time goes on. Everyone tries to regain themselves. The food is served with no further problems. You guys enjoy dinner, and people are trying to come up to you and thank you, congratulate you, and some of them even try to get your autographs because they just didn't expect dinner and a show, and some truly thought that this was a
Oh my god, they thought it was a show.
They thought it was a well-staged show.
Alright.
And
Ignore the broken and scorched bodies laying around.
yes,
Rich people.
rich people. Am I right? Yeah. And you can also notice. Give me actually a perception check.
Everyone.
Oh, all
Yeah,
of us?
Everyone except no, Kevin. Don't roll. You're not
I had a
there.
19.
Okay, well,
Gosh.
Kevin, you're at this point like miles away, and you can even hear this from the party.
Hold on. I have the roll.
Oh,
I got a
bitch.
21.
16.
21.
I got a 14.
Okay.
I got a 22.
Excellent.
No.
All right, bitch. One
So
up
you
me, it's
all hear from the back of the room, including Kevin, even though he's not there, like he's miles away. Oh, what was his name? I need to know his name. And you just see this like frantic looking artist just scramble around like I can't title this painting without his name, and it's just this glorious side shot of just chaos around him and what's it called? A table being ridden by a blonde, fabulous-looking elf. Light beams going everywhere, and phaser just.
Someone from chat added Hi-Yo silverware away.
That's going on a fucking shirt.
Who is this?
Yeah, the splintering. I'm not sure who that is, but they're fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Oh man.
Thank you.
And from that, the party starts to die down, and people begin to start leaving. And as you guys end up leaving, the Octavius beckons a stagecoach and says, "You're not walking. You're not taking the dray. I want to, again, thank you for coming to my party, and again saving my life.
Again.
Again, yes. And by doing so, I'm going to have a complimentary stagecoach take you back to your home.
I'm gonna ride on top of the stagecoach. Because fuck everybody.
The driver.
I'd actually like to ask a question before we go.
Yes.
First, I'm going to thank Octavius for his hospitality.
My pleasure.
Then I'm
my
going to
pleasure.
ask him how the man in the robe got an invitation to the party in the first place.
Well, let's just say I was a little sloppy with my invites, but I just kind of sent them out to whoever I thought, and maybe I didn't give clear directions, so that might have been on me. But this doesn't have to be told to anyone. Just keep this between us, okay?
Slips a few bills.
Yeah,
I
he gives you like a little bit more wine and like 10 gold. It's like just don't say anything, please. Don't tell my parents.
I'd just like to make an insight roll to see whether or not I think he knew this was all going down.
Yeah, go ahead and make one if you want.
And I get +7, 19.
You can tell that he's extremely naive. He's still young, and he just wants to have fun. And in doing so, he thought about inviting pretty much everyone that his parents or was around here knew, which meant just sending out invites at random and seeing who would show up.
All right, I will
Dumbass.
accept his 10 gold graciously, but then I will lean in and I'll say a little bit more discretion in the future, my lord.
Yes, that will be heeded on my part. And
He's going to have to throw another party and charge admission to pay for the damages from this party before his parents get home for the weekend.
he's still sweating bullets about that. Just, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Now, Blazing, you said you want to ride on the top.
Fuck yeah!
Uh,
Bitches wouldn't let me jump out of it beforehand.
the driver starts to protest, but then is like, hell with it. I don't get paid enough to deal with this shit anyways. And
I'm gonna
You just see this tabaxi sitting cross-legged in this long dress.
Yep, and just-
to the stagecoach.
it's a sight, that's for sure, when you begin to kind of make your way through town. And I'm assuming everyone else just gets in the stagecoach normally.
No, I want to ride next to the driver and pester him with questions about driving a stagecoach and about the
You're
horses.
just gonna ride on the backs of one of the horses.
You can
Yes!
tell the driver's just
Yes!
done. The driver's just absolutely done. It's just like, fucking kill me.
I'm on the horses the entire time, and I'll like turn around on the horse and sit backwards and be like, "So, how are you doing? How long you been doing this?"
And as you begin to depart, Octavius waves and says, goodbye to all of you. And you're making your way through town, and it just looks like this show, like a circus is in town. You've got a cat in a dress up on the top. You've got this Air Genasi just lounging on the back of one of the horses, just non-stop talking. And
Warren in the back, lowering his head so no one can
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm just writing it normally.
yes. And you're just
Who else is there? That's Rachel, Nick, Kevin, and Oliver.
Hey,
Hi guys.
hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Have fun.
Thanks.
And
Moms.
it's gonna take some time to make your way back. So I'm gonna basically leave it at that.
It is. It's still early evening as the carriage approaches Trollskull Manor, and you're maybe 3 blocks away from home when directly in front of you on the street, a massive fireball explosion just rips across the street.
Jesus Christ.
People are injured. There's homes that are scorched. It is a massive amounts of damage going on right here, and
Can't
that's
get a
where we're
break.
going to stop for the night.
We can't get a break.
Damn it.
Oh,
Where's the table?
Where's the table when you need them?
Just all of a sudden leaps over the carriage.
Excellent. Nick, that was a fantastic night. Your first
Ooh.
attempt at DMing was
Yeah, it was good.
absolutely a
Yeah, that was
success.
great.
I
We'll have
enjoyed
to
that
have
a lot.
another one sometime.
Yes, we will. I'm going to give Droomstick inspiration for your job DMing tonight.
Oh,
We'll have that carrying over into next week.
excellent.
And let's pass around our normal thing. If you need to track me down anywhere else but here, Evil Sales Ass on Twitter is where I can be found. I would love to hear feedback on how this night went. It was excellent from top to bottom. Then I'm going to pass it over to Rachel.
Hi.
Ah!
I am the ugly ducky.
97.
Yeah,
97.
is it 97? Yeah, I'm that.
It says so right below your face.
Oh, okay. I'm not on Twitch, so. Yeah, I'm that. I like dogs. I retweet a lot of dogs. I won't be posting about school until next January.
You mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Next- After January, maybe? I don't know. Whenever school starts again.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Jess.
Oh, it's me. We're going completely out of order today.
Yeah.
Chaos.
All right. You can find me at Sweet Nine Tails on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram if you really want to. Don't know why you would. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the next couple weeks because retail during Christmas, and then I have a bunch of shit at the start of the year. I get surgery on the 3rd. So we'll see. I won't be missing any D&D though.
Excellent. That's what's
Surgery's on the
Yes.
Thursday. I'll be high on pain meds for the game, but I will be here.
important. That'll work out.
All
I'm
right.
going to pass it to Nick, who's right above me.
Yes. I had a lot of fun with the session. I would like to say that it may lead to even more, whether
I
it be
hope
in
so.
this game or another game that we could start during the week. But you can find me at BlueAura94YT on Twitter. And you can also find me through the CarpeNerdus Twitter as well, and Facebook and YouTube.
Sounds like you just said Carpe Nudus.
CarpeNerdus.
Yeah.
That's our 18
We
plus.
do not
don't-
seize
yeah.
the nudist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Guys,
well,
we can't do that anymore.
sometimes
It's
we
not
do,
allowed
but
on Tumblr.
not on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not allowed
Can't
on
do it
Tumblr.
on Twitch. Can't do it on Tumblr. Facebook,
Uh,
apparently.
yeah. But you can find me on those. I'm either trying to make witty tweets about D&D, or I'm just tweeting about life because it's crazy.
Retail near Christmas.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, the
Alrighty.
struggle is real.
oh my God, it is.
I get to
alright.
work on Christmas.
Boo.
Yeah, it's triple time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm
We
gonna
gotta give you something.
Yes, exactly. Now I'm gonna pass it over to Sky.
Woo! All right. Hey, you can find me at Fizzle Whistle on Twitter and pretty much everything else.
Your
In
Twitter has
social
been on
media.
point the last couple of days, by the way. You've
Yeah,
been
Oh,
yeah.
shooting zingers.
I've just been pissed off at work and life, and
Anger is inspiring.
Yes.
it's inspiring. So yeah, without further ado, I'll leave it to Oliver.
I'll be here next week, and that's it.
All
No,
right.
we
No,
won't be
we
here
won't be
next
here
week.
next
Next week is Christmas Eve.
I will be here the week after next, and that's it.
Yep, we are almost certainly doing something on New Year's Eve. We just haven't exactly decided what yet, but
Yeah.
we will let you know. CarpeNerdus has its own Twitter. That's where we make most of our announcements. You can track us down there for general purpose stuff and or thing.
Yep, and all of that is information is going to be at the bottom of this Twitch page here, so you can definitely check that out. You'll see our most recent tweets on that page. And
Feel
yeah.
free to also scream at us on Twitter.
Yeah,
If you
please.
think we
Yeah.
did something wrong, please scream at us.
Yeah, tell us. We want feedback. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Tell me what alcohol to try.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want more
That-
boozy
that won't end
sessions?
well.
Like, yeah, tell us
Oh
if
my
you
god, that's gonna be the one thing that sucks if we do a New Year's Eve game. I can't drink.
I mean, you can. You'll just get more high.
No, I'm not supposed to drink 10 days before. I found out today.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But without...
Just smoke some pot.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. All right, without...
Congratulations, Massachusetts.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's legal in Massachusetts.
Yep. Without further ado, I'll be ending our stream. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you all of you for playing and enjoying it and having
Woo.
fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Peace
Have a
out,
good one.
motherfucker.
Alrighty.